There we go. That's nice and smooth. Hey.
Everything works. Gregor Swang. We played Guitar Man, a couple years ago. And you can find those VODs probably on youtube.com/loadingreadylive.
Given that I was taking care of the VODs at that point, I can guarantee you that you can find them there. That was one of my...
I don't think they got muted at all or anything. I think those ones went through.
Yeah, and that was one of my... I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah, but in a good way. Oh, thank you, Julie Man, for posting those in the chat. And also, hello to all you watching in VODland. It's the past now, and we're old.
Hi, YouTube.
Okay, now that we got that out of the way, hey, welcome to Rhythm Cafe. It's a lovely day here in beautiful downtown Victoria, British Columbia, here in the mighty Loading Ready Live Video Entertainment Studios, or Studio A as we call it.
We're playing a game called Symphonic Rain. Mm-hmm. It is not raining outside.
Nope, thank God, because it's been a really rainy spring so far. And an ice, and then rain. And
the spring so far has felt much more like our fall, and I'm not into it.
No, I'm ready for some more sun and dry.
I'm really afraid we're gonna end up missing out on like the really nice cherry blossoms because it'll be like too cold out to really go and appreciate them.
I think actually we already have.
Darn it! Like I needed those.
My favorite cherry blossom places, the good thick trees have already started to turn to leaves. So.
Oh no. Darn it. Okay, I'm gonna have to reschedule a certain thing.
Okay. And of course, yeah.
It's my fault for not being fast enough with the thing I was working on.
Oh no. What else are we gonna talk about here? We're playing Symphonic Rain. We already mentioned that. Hey, important question that I didn't actually get to talk to before we went online.
What's that?
Voices or no voices?
Let's just see what happens.
Okay, yeah.
I can do 2.
Well, the game is voiced in Japanese, and generally when I do a game that's voiced in Japanese that has subtitles, we just let the Japanese people speak, and then we read the subtitles with our eyes. But we can figure it. Yeah, let's figure out how it goes.
Let's see how good their Japanese voices are.
Yeah, we haven't done a visual novel in a long, or a plotted rhythm game in a long time, and I'm curious to see how this goes. Well, no, wait, we did that.
No. We've had ones with plot. Visual novel, I think, is accurate because I think our last visual novel one was Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Yes, which
not a lot of visual novels do rhythm games. There's, frankly, a reason for that.
Didn't we do a Persona 5 dancing game as well?
There's no plot to those, though. The 5 and 3 didn't have a plot. They have these side stories you can unlock, and we didn't really do that in the stream. We just played the songs.
Good.
4 had an actual visual novel plot. They decided not to do that for 5 and 3 because they said it took too long. And part of me was like, oh, that's too bad, because I actually thought the plot was fun. I just thought their pacing for putting in rhythm was better.
It was off. I really enjoyed the plot in 4 that we put together.
But otherwise, we've played several with plots since then. Mm-hmm. In fact, technically, Cadence of Hyrule had. Wow. Man, this brings me back to GeoCities days.
Yo! Okay, what do we got here in our information? Location display? No, we can't turn that on. Our location is a secret. High quality lyrics. Oh, medium play sounds good.
Can we turn the sound effects down a little?
Sound effects. Oh yes, SE.
Just because I feel like they're a little high compared to the music, and I'd rather not have those be like.
Okay, let's put it at 80 there. See how that goes. Okay, I wanted to see if there are any control information, so I guess it is not.
Wow, that's still super loud. Weird.
Let's see how it goes.
We may have to alter those once we see how the game works. Well, it's raining.
Mm-hmm. Is it raining symphonically?
Not yet, but maybe that's what we have to do. She also wants to know if it's raining.
Which one of us, Chris? No. Letters from Ari always started like that. Oh boy. Ah, she's a
こっ
ghost.
ちは相変わらずのいい天気です。
Oh, the weather here is so nice, just like always.
少しだけでも
Never rains at all. So much so that I really wish it might. We're having some problems because it won't rain, Chris. Do you have some rain you could lend us?
Oh, boy.
It's not working out.
もう
I'm not sure if you can ship the rain through the mail, but please ask.
最近
It's
ふと思い
important.
起こしてみました。
It's been very important for the last 3 years.
Uh-oh.
この月が終わって
After this month, it'll be next year. In case you forgot how time works.
Every month is a year now.
あと2ヶ月
Oh, and then after 2 months,
It'll be 2 years.
you're coming back, right? To Ghostland. You're coming back to Ghostland, right? With the rain, like you're supposed
少しだ
to.
け
Please?
時間が経つのが
Time is slowing
慣
down.
れてすぐ
Please hurry. It'll be harder if it goes longer. I've been waiting for a long time for Animal Crossing New Horizons to come out.
怖いくらい
Are you getting kind of scared that it might not come out?
There are a lot of people on the internet who are.
そんなのを
Do you think that's strange?
Yes.
今年の終わりに
Well, I hope we can spend the end of the year together.
一緒に過ごせ
If
た
it
ら
keeps
と思う
slowing down time and you come back real
発表のこと
fast,
もあるから
maybe we can.
まだどうなる
That's
か
how
わから
time
ない
works.
Yeah.
それに私の
But
方
even
が
I don't know
まだちょっとわから
if
ない
I'll be free or not. I don't have a planner to tell me. I should maybe spend some time doing that. I could make a bujo. I clearly have paper to write you with.
Wait, so you're going to explain the letter to Natalie, assuming that you're going to share the letter with Chris?
Oh, also that reminds me.
Uh-huh.
卒業するために
Torta
発表
wrote
しないといけない演奏
Told
の
me you still haven't decided on a partner for your graduation performance.
手紙に書いて
You can imagine the glare I'm giving you because you should have done that already. And they're really worried about you.
もう1年は
I can't wait a whole another year. Not with time slowing down at this
長
rate.
くなっちゃったね
That year won't come. Oh, I'm starting to ramble. Look at me. Well, next time. Gadget. Chris, I'm sorry, I forgot. There were a lot of people's names and I forgot your name temporarily, Chris.
Person who's not named Torta, because Torta is the only name that matters now.
It's French. November.
Oh, I don't like how that chair is designed.
It's a good thing you don't have to sit in
I
it.
took my eyes off the letter and played with the feeling of letter paper still on my fingertips. It took me a little time to recover from the lingering emotions, but I just sat motionless because that's how I feel. I carefully put it back in its pretty envelope, just the way it came, and stowed it in the usual drawer with the clippings of hair.
My next letter starts with, Chris, are you Batman?
Aries' letters were so short, they could fit on a single sheet of paper, but she always continues them. But the drawer is almost filled with her letters to show how much time had gone by.
Has it been a whole year?
It's been a whole year. And there's only... I bought this dresser, this desk, with the intention, I said to the desk man, make sure the drawer has room for 1 year's worth of letters. And the desk man said, yeah, sure!
Where, can you point out where the drawer is on your desk?
Show me on the desk where you keep your letters.
She gave me enough blank paper to fill the drawer and said, someday when this drawer is stuffed full of your letters, you'll be back, right? And I said, no. I closed the drawer quietly, and then leaned back in the chair to check the view, and the clock and time was slowing down. Night was closing in, slower than I thought it would be. But that's it. Once night became now, I would become the night. And then the gloomy sky would get a little darker, and the rain pattered endlessly against the window.
何が6
What do you mean it's already 6 o'clock?
Alfred, get out of my room.
I'm a fairy.
アンサンブルしようよ
You can call me Forney.
With her light wings gently cutting the air, Forney floated in the window. I'm not sure if her name is short for fornication or not, but I certainly hope it isn't. Anyway, 10 centimeters above the surface, I could check because it was my desk and I kept a ruler there. The wings on her back moved restlessly, but it didn't look like they were me. They were what made her float.
She
They're
looks like
just...
she's from that Sugar Plum Fairy anime.
You mean the magical snow fairy Sugar?
Yeah, that one.
Right. She was a mysterious creature, to be sure. Yup. The weekly exchange of letters with Ari were always went like this. I'd get a letter, and then Forney would come up and float over the letter, but not with her wings. She was sticking faithfully to it because Ari wanted to read my replies, but I never wrote her. I mean, I would write a letter and put it in the post box the next day, but I guess because I didn't put postage on it, they never arrived. And then the letters would come back to me, and I'd read them like they were from Ari. The bakery she worked at was popular in our hometown and successful enough that people would come up from the shop to shop there on weekends. She was still in training at the bakery for months now and had to work hard. She barely had time to sleep.
Well, that sucks when time keeps slowing down.
Yeah. Ari would read my letter that arrived in the middle of the week and write a reply on Friday, her day off. This is a very, very specific schedule. The letter would get to me on Sunday afternoon.
Wait, what?
We have a postal service. It's
Every
interesting.
day?
Apparently in this world, Amazon takes care of letter post as well. I only mentioned that because I was very surprised this morning to receive a knock on my door from Amazon, who I was not expecting because it was a Sunday. I got my beer lines and my new flour for making pizza. I'm very excited to use it. The post office was closed that day, as we mentioned, so I could take my time writing a reply. Just as Ari said in her letter, this routine had been going on for almost 3 years. But it was all about to
全然分
change.
かってないだろ
Yeah, you don't know anything, even though you really gave us good info dump.
Thanks, little Nas X. Bye.
Is that time passing?
Time-
Is that what time looks like when it passes?
Time passed much faster than it did before, but only for a moment. And I finished writing the letter quickly, put it in an envelope, and sealed it. Then finally I turned back to 40. Which is now in my mind of shortening.
やっと
Are you finally done?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I suppose it can't be helped. I mean, letters take time to write.
Sure are. And we're not going to assume any sort of relationships at this point. Forney said this as I, half fed up, then started fluttering her wings gently in excitement. I pulled Forney out of the... Wait, what? Why do I keep Forney in a case?
That's not my name. That was a different thing.
Oh.
Where
Well-
did all the words go? Did you make them go away?
I think I did. Oh, wow.
Towel out of the case, carried around school, and set it up in the corner.
Oh, the foretell. Yes.
Is that another fairy?
じゃあ
I don't know what I'm asking
I
you to
think
do, but if you would do it, please
It's like
do
a
it.
bathtub. Wait, Forney reached out and asked me as she always did. And just as she asked, I let Forney into the palm of my hand and put her on top of the foretell. Forney's wings didn't apparently do anything, so she was unable to fly any higher.
Okay.
Apparently, she would glide from high to low for a long distance, but getting anywhere far at the same height was impossible. Now that I've explained how her wings work, I brought the chair over to Fortell and tried to lightly strike a chord.
Oh, is it an instrument or a music box?
We'll find out soon. There was a mutual understanding, so I could play without worrying so much, even at night. Shall we begin?
Him. Ah!
あ
Ah! Yes.
This is serious music. Forney moved her wings lightly while doing her vocal exercises and then turned to look at me as if I was about to compliment her. And I said no. I lightly tensed my fingers, touching the foretell, and gathered my concentration for the opening notes. Magic. It's required to play this instrument, and while there are differences in strength, it's a power said to be held by many people long ago. Holy God! Stop talking! Electricity? What?
No. Magic.
Okay.
ー曲は
Okay.
いつ
So,
ものいいね
the same thing we do every night, Pinky.
There's only one song that can be played on the foretell, and that's
Yeah.
this song.
Here we go.
Ponyo, 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 she's a little girl. She's a little girl in the deep blue sea. I existed inside the music.
Like only you can. Ponyo. I think the tune might be wrong. They got the wrong music for the game that we're
そ
playing.
れぞれの悲しみがあって
She's a little girl in the deep blue sea.
Oh, the deep blue sea and the rain.
Yeah, the rain is like sea for the sky.
Sky sea.
Ghosts. Sharper ghosts. Puddle ghosts.
When is Chris gonna come back to Ghostland? We've been asking this question for the last 3 years.
Ghost twins
This
and
is
Colonel
the time I
Sanders.
left Ghostland and my ghost stayed behind and I had to go back for it. That might be Chris.
I wonder if I'll ever get to Ghostland.
Oh, I'll
Happy.
get you to Ghostland, all right. And she might help too.
She's the false faucet.
You can Ghostland by eating a sandwich.
Sandwich. I'm so glad all these preschoolers are gonna have some. Ah, yes, Caro Chris. Forty the musical fairy. Sorry, Cuddle Pushman, is that playtime? Oh boy.
Yeah, this is a really long game.
Yep. We may not be reading everything.
Oh god, no. Why do you think I make up words? My words are better anyway.
Whoa. Curtains going up. Grab her ponytail.キングラクスのこの番組の提供でお送りします。
That's right, we're reading this word for word. Don't check what the words say,
Nope.
and you'll never be disappointed.
Achievement unlocked.
The City of Rain. Is that the name of our city?
I hope so.
Are we? We're still inside. Is it still November?
The same song as always.
Game? Are we cut?
And the
Okay.
song ended.
The final note faded out, and the room was enveloped in silence. Did you want me to read some of these?
Oh no, it's fine. I was just noticing that song that we played took 40 minutes of in-game time. That's because it's now 22:40.
Oh my goodness, that is a long song.
Yep. Holding our breath, neither of us moved, but the silence was drowned out by the rain.
Ah, that felt good.
Leaning on the music stand, Forney sighed. As she sang, she became part of the music, phasing into audio. When I first met her, she called herself a musical fairy, and I thought that sounded weird, so I gave her the name Forney. I don't remember it well. I just kind of make up this story every time I tell it. Anyway, she explained she was a musical fairy and that we kind of ended up together. First, I thought I was hallucinating, but then I thought that might be all right. It's okay to have a little friend who's an hallucination once in a while. And her amusing voice hadn't changed.
Oh, it's amusing, all right.
She was the only one I could see. Wait, only I could see her is what I meant.
She's the only one you can see now.
Nope,
Canon,
yep, that's-
canon. So anyway,
Forty opened her eyes as if she could see me for once. I was deep in thought, thinking about the music again.
じゃあ
all right.
そろそろ寝ようか
Well,
な
bedtime.
Oh, what, you're just gonna roll over after the song?
It's what I do.
And the time passed quickly when I played together with Forney.
Yeah, 40 minutes of it.
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
41 minutes at this point. Anyway, this is what we did on Sundays.
I can't wait to see what you do on Mondays.
Hurry up and let's do an ensemble.
手紙
Oh,
忘れないよう
fine,
に
but
カバン
don't
に入れ
sit.
てお
You
く
gotta
のよ
mail the letter. Don't forget your chores.
Yeah, I know. Cool. Despite how she looked, Forney always tried to mother me. I won't say it suited her, but it was pretty adorable, and it was never unpleasant. And she talked to me like that, like a mother. Like my mother who was dead.
The one that was shot in the
よ
alleyway
ろしい
Yep.
by the Joker.
yeah.
Well, fine. Whatever. Good night.
Yep. I had the night. I got used to Forney disappearing like that. She really was a strange creature. But somewhere in my heart was the desire to accept her for what she was. I hadn't done that yet for some reason,
A musical fairy.
but one day I will find the way to accept her. Thanks to her, I never felt lonely, and I'll never die.
That wasn't part of my contract.
It's like Cocoon.
Monday. I think. Is it Monday?
It's Lunadee.
Whoa.
There was a soft sound of flowing water.
Sailor Moon Day.
My taps were broken. And the light that reached me through the thin clouds was always a little subdued. Just like my accent. I made to get up and turn on the other light. Not the sun, but the one in my lamp.
おはよ
Hey.
Is it morning?
ういつもだけど子供みたいな
You know that you look like a child? Are you a child?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Didn't you see the opening animation? I'm like 6. Everyone in this game is a preschooler.
Okay, cool.
そう
That's good to know.
クリスの寝顔しか見たこと
Do
ないか
you
ら
all look like that when you sleep?
いつもの
With
寝
your
顔
eyes closed, like you might be dead?
Yep. Every day, human beings die for between 4 and 8 hours, depending on how many jobs they have. Anyway, I put her in a box. Forney sat there swinging her legs as if she were bored, but she wasn't, because I could tell, because she was swinging her legs. What time is it?
I'm not a clock. Buy a clock.
なんかいたずらでもしてあ
Also,
げようと思
if
って
you don't wake up on time, which is a time I am not going to tell you because it is in the corner of the room and you could read it yourself, I would play a prank on you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me tell you how this is gonna go. When I ask you what time it is, you're supposed to say a number between 1 and 12. And then-
13,
And oh, all right, we'll play with the 24-hour clock.
25.
You hold your eyes closed, and then I'm going to walk slowly towards you with the number of steps that you specify. At a certain point, when I ask what time it is, you're going to say lunchtime, and then you, as the wolf, will chase me back to the other end of the room if I get there.
0.
You're making this game very difficult. Anyway, I always get plenty of sleep for our games. I guess I'll get dressed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Humans change
忘
out
れ
their
ないよう
clothes.
にね
Ah, don't forget to mail your letter, though.
How come you never want to play pajama, Mr. Wolf?
What? Rain? Again? In the city of rain? Why, how dare?
At this time of day and year? Well, it's the same as it ever was.
いい天気
Well, I guess it's nice weather.
Yep,
Although we never get any other weather, so I wouldn't really know.
We sure do like the rain. Anyway, I got dressed because we weren't gonna play Mr. Wolf and then was gonna leave because we weren't playing Mr. Wolf. I wasn't in the habit of eating my breakfast myself because I usually eat when Forney tells me it's lunchtime, but she wasn't playing. So once I'd washed my face and got dressed, I was ready to leave.
45 minutes of face scrubbing.
First thing I heard when I got outside was rain hitting the cobblestone street. Strangely, it was the same as the rain hitting the cobblestone street from inside my apartment, but louder.
city of rain. People new to this city were confused by it, but then I tell them it's the city of rain, and then they understand why it rains all the time. Nowadays, it was the city of music, because people had forgotten what music was, because I was the only one with an instrument.
There's a lot of shopping you can do here.
Yep. I shook my head lightly and brushed the droplets off my clothes. Rain droplets in the city of rain. I'd gotten used to the city of rain enough to be able to do this casually. People didn't notice when I brushed the rain off. But the rain fell year-round, and nobody used an umbrella.
No, that's not what would happen at all.
Because umbrellas hadn't been invented, and also they were illegal in the city of rain.
That's not what would happen at all. Oh, we were so used to the rain pouring down all the time that we just didn't use umbrellas, because why would we need to? We're creatures of... Wait, no, I answered my own question. We're ghosts. Of course
Nope.
we don't need it.
There was so much rain that it took a week for my letter to reach that person, that special person. I found myself imagining how I would spend the time. I was too used to this time. I was too used to this city. But if something could happen that would shake things up, maybe someone could see me. Perhaps I would move to a different city. Maybe a city of hail, or a city of tornadoes. Then I thought of Forney and Torta and all the other people with names that were strange.
Excuse me.
The voice of a stranger passing me from behind shook out to my reverie, and I turned around.
I would like to mail a letter. Boy.
I'm not a postman.
Ah, you're correct. I will put it in the post box beside you.
Much better. How long had I been lost in thought? Torta, whose name I believe is short for tourtière, which is French for meat pie, had often told me that it was a habit of mine to zone out. I couldn't figure out why it was a habit. Perhaps it was like when I played music and zoned out, or like when I went to sleep and died each night. I decided not to think anymore. Forever.
Oh, you went to school though.
Did I? I didn't notice it. I wasn't thinking. I arrived on campus a little after 10 o'clock.
See, you do know what time it is.
I still had 20 minutes before my private lesson, so I moved leisurely to the first hall.
Who schedules a class for 10:20?
Weirdos. That's who. There's only weirdos in this town. This town of rain. It's like a big town. A city, in fact. You wouldn't see any of the first or second year students who had classes in the morning, but you became a third year, and most of your lessons were private lessons, and they'd get done by weirdos who would start them at 20 minutes past the hour. I guess it's because once you're a third year, you sleep more, which means you die more, and you need that extra 20 minutes to live. However, if you went with the second round of classes that started at 10:30, it wasn't too hard to wake up in the morning. I didn't like crowds, so I was happy to have a morning lesson. As you can see, there's absolutely no one in this town, except that weirdo who wanted to post a letter. Look, it's Colonel Sanders, the patron saint of the school. As might be expected from the best music schools in the country, we were sponsored by a magnet of chicken. Fried chicken. Breathing the crisp, regularly crisp, and slightly human morning air, much like the chicken that was born of his namesake, I headed towards the classroom. With the language studies, vocal lessons, and frying studies the first year had to take, I could sense quite a few people near the lecture rooms. But all the private lesson rooms were soundproof, so that you couldn't hear the crunch. After lunch was when things were the liveliest, because people were all energized from the chicken they'd been eating all morning. But I liked the morning air.
So greasy.
You could smell the 11 herbs and spices. The layers of compressed air seemed to press against my eardrums, and I felt subtle, faraway sound rain on my skin.
like the frying of chicken.
I don't know if we have a game that's literally about how it rains all the time, if it's a good idea to be using things like the sound rains on your skin.
Like you may need a thesaurus game.
Might need some other words.
Excuse me.
Are you talking to the door?
Oh, this is me. I'm talking to. Who am I? Who have I been
Cordell.
talking to this whole time?
Yourself.
Okay.
Inner
good.
monologuing.
Hey, Miss Cordell isn't here. Cordell. She's very cordial, which I did believe is different than cordial. Anyway, she came 10 minutes before the lesson, so I often arrived before her. I like to do that so I can scope out the exits. I sat in the corner so that I could see both the door and the window. You never know when you'll need to make a quick escape. I pulled out a chair out of my pocket and set it up. There was already a fortel set up, which is what we call a piano, but I preferred my own. So I brought my own piano. I focused my fingers and lightly played a sound. Dong, it sounded. I played the fortel like that for a few minutes. Dong, dong, dong. A single note repeating, much like the sound of the brain. Then came the door.
おはよう
Good morning.
Jesus Christ, don't sneak up on me like that.
Good morning.
I turned around and noticed another door that I had not noticed when I entered the room.
構わない続けろ
You keep playing. That's what you're here for.
Dong, dong. I continued to play.
そうか
I
なら
see.
いい
You showed up early again,
時
huh?
間
Miss Cordell looked at the clock on the wall and looked to me for confirmation. Time continues to pass, I said.
少し話が
We need to talk about how time works. Again.
You mean 1 second per second into the future?
Yes, but lately it's been
当て
going
がないわけじゃない
half a second per second into the future.
My God, how could this be? Is it because of the rain?
合わせる時間も必要だ
Well, you'll need time to figure that out, won't you?
If time's moving half as fast, that means I have twice the time I need to figure out this problem before time goes back to the normal speed.
2ヶ月しかない
There's only 2 months left.
数ヶ
That's
月とは普
less
通言わない
than 3.
But if that's 2 months at the regular time, that means it's 4 months, which is 1 more than a few. That means we have less than or more than a few months.
But with daylight month savings time, it's actually 1 less.
Oh God, that's right. At the end of November, you'll skip back a day. We saved up all of our leap years, our leap days. Hold on, it's not the leap day thing. I mean, it's once every 24 years. We do daylight savings all at once and lose a day. It's much easier than losing an hour at a time.
そういうことに疎いの
Well,
は
I
知っ
know
て
you're
た
not
が
good at math,
それほどとは
so,
な
you know.
If you know that I'm not good at math, then why do you put those fractions at the beginning of my music?
これも仕事だから
It's my job.
I suppose it is. You do have that baton.
嘘だな
You're lying.
Okay, you don't have a baton. I'm glad I have all these good friends who are here to correct me when I see things that might not be true.
君のことは
I like to think I know you more than you do yourself.
That's probably true. I don't have parents. They're usually the type of people to tell you what you are.
なんだ図星か
Chris, we've been through this. Nobody here has parents. We're ghosts.
What happened to half of your glasses?
They're ghost glasses.
Oh,
Sometimes they fade out of existence when I move between dimensions.
that's good. I can't see your baton now either, so things are a little bit better in my psyche. Anyway, I'm glad you smiled and tousled my hair. Why did you do that? That seems very, very familiar. When it came to my music, though, she showed no compromise and treated students strictly like a sensei. Many students thought she was strict, but I knew the truth. It was because of her stick.
Yeah, you hit the mark.
まあ
Well,
君の音に合わせられる
there
ものを
aren't many who
あまり
can work with your strange music that requires musical fairies.
Yeah, that's the problem. I just laughed it off to escape the moment, but I'd forgotten where I put my fairy. I had this feeling that the professor was overestimating me, or underestimating me. Either way, it's hard to tell when time is fluid. Among the many teachers in the school, Miss Cordell was the only one I could see.
The music mini game does not appear in AI find mode. What mode of game are we in? Were there different modes when we started? I didn't see anything.
Don't remember.
I don't see anything about modes.
Yeah, we're not autoplay adventure, so that's probably good, and we're not autoplay free play. Okay.
The foretell is an instrument that requires magic, and its tone depends heavily on the one playing it. Listen. Dong. It's not like a piano or a cembalo that are played simply by pressing the keys. You need to say the sound that you want it to make. Of course, the strength of the touch and the manipulation of the pedals change the sound, but really what it comes down to is making the noise with your mouth. You could say the difference in sound is comparatively close to a wind instrument because you're making the sound with your mouth, but it's closest to the human voice.
Oh,
Again,
I see.
for the reasons I've mentioned earlier.
Every time you push down, it's not making any sound. You're just one making sound, and you have to push down so people know that you're doing it.
Watch me play the fontanelle right now. Dong, 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 dong. It's like an angel. I thought I was just normal, but she was telling me I was wrong.
クリス
Hey,
聞いてい
you
ない
paying attention?
To what? To the rain?
素直でよろしい
I like that you're honest,
授業中
that
に
you don't
私の
hide the fact
話
that
を
you're
聞かない
Batman,
のは減点
but I am gonna dock you marks for not paying attention.
I'm sorry. And I'm Batman.
まあいい
Well, okay.
それは後に
Let's
して
start the actual lesson.
Yes, ma'am. I answered her, yes, ma'am, and took out the sheet music in my bag to set on the stand. Dong was all it said. Miss Cordell peeked over my shoulder. I wonder if she could read music too.
曲はいつものでいいのか
Do you not know any other songs?
I don't even know this one. That's why I have to have it written on paper.
まあいい
Fine.
とりあえず初めから
Play it from the beginning then.
それでは
At the beginning, not the middle. I can tell the difference between your dongs.
Well, here comes my dong.
Oh, hey, look.
Ha. Okay.
How does it work?
Ah.
Ah!
Yes. Music in the key of K. I'm laying
you know.
down a beat.
The musical notes, the abbreviation, there's face, and then there's the abbreviation fake. Where they replace the C with the K.
Right.
I like that it's a typing game. sounds more like you're playing a salt shaker. Except for those notes. Ah, yes, the sad notes. And the sass notes. I'm trying to tell what anything from the evaluation means. Can't tell if that's like a bar that's like you're doing well.
Nope. But I do love this gameplay mechanic.
I mean, it's nice that they definitely put everything to home row.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that will change.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. Continue, yes, no?
Yes.
Did we not do well enough?
I don't know. I guess not. Maybe it's just so you can play it again. Maybe the no was the answer. We failed.
Yeah.
We failed.
Do you want to give this one a try?
Sure.
Oh, I see how it works now. Every note you miss, this thing goes down, the little brass circles, and the big brass circles on top are worth a full bar of the small circles. Cuttlefish man, this is a different Forney. Well, my name is Chris, and I'm here to say I'm playing the Fortale on a rainy day. Yeah, pushing those keys. No one's gonna discover me. Okay, and you can win back circles too, it looks like. There we go.
So I guess we're just not passing? Is that...
That's what I'm guessing. Like, you had one yellow tiny circle left? Ah, Richards, thank you. To pass this on, we need at least one of the full gold medals. Yeah, so there's some discussion going on about having only a visual cue to see if you're doing well.
Yeah.
And I kind of prefer this sort of game where you are playing the instrument of the song. It's definitely a pop and music style in that respect, rather than a I guess you could say a Taiko no Tatsujin system where it's a separate sound. So close.
I can't tell though, like how well I'm doing. Like if I'm getting the timing.
There we go. It's like the timing for this particular game is a little bit. It wants you to be a little bit slower than quicker. Whew! Here we go.
So
You're
like,
gonna be...
we should have been.
We should have been good with that, I think.
Yeah.
Let's just let the timer go out. See what happens then.
Well, game over.
I finished the song and then turned around to receive her feedback.
But not.
And then I died.
That came over, but we're still
ダメ
going.
だな
No good.
それくらいは自
But
分でも
you
分かって
knew
る
that. The game already told you.
Yes, ma'am.
ならいい
Good.
練
Well,
習で失
it's
敗
not
す
a
ること
bad
は
fit thing to fail in practice. Except maybe it is. We don't really know.
Are you saying it's a good thing to fail in theory? Versus in practice? I don't know. Saying this, the professor smiled softly as if she'd thought of something funny.
まあクリスの場合
The
は
problem with
目
you,
的意識が
Chris,
足りないからだな
is that you keep having these inner monologues.
It was probably just gas.
パートナーも決まっていない状
You're
態で
making a mistake
そこだけ練習
just
しよう
by
として
having
いるの
gas, you
に
know.
違い
I meant that you had a funny face on, but here we are.
別に嫌がらせで言っ
Look,
て
I'm
るわ
not
けじゃ
saying
ない
this to annoy you.
そ
It
もそ
isn't
も
the time to talk
こんな
about
こ
this
とを言ってる
anyway.
時期
I guess I knew something.
ならその
Well,
言
in
葉を
that
信
case,
じよう
I guess I'll believe you.
You're so anime, sensei.
当ては
Why,
合う
thank you. I've been trying very hard and practicing in the mirror every morning.
I can tell because you only have half of your glasses.
知り合いの
You have that friend, Tortinita?
I think you mean tortilla. And yeah, we like to burrito together.
あの子も今年卒業
She's
だろ
graduating this year from burrito school, right?
Yes, it's the school that's the sister school to ours, the KFC school. That's why we're at the KFC school, and she's at the Taco Bell school. We're at the combination KFC and Taco Bell school.
そうか
Right. Well, I'll step in if it comes to it. I think I might be threatening her graduation.
I can't be sure.
I think that's what I'm doing
I
right now.
also want to establish that the Taco Bell school is a school for drama. because it works well with music for the performing arts. It's like fame up in here. Or step up,
声楽科の生徒に
guess.
I'll ask a voice
今年のレッ
student.
スンが終わ
You
るま
can't
で
decide this
決まって
year's.
なかったら
You
こ
can't
ちら
pick
で
a
勝手に
partner.
決めさせてもらう
Picking one for you.
I hope it's not the grimace.
君に決定
You'll
権
have
は
no
ない
say in it, so maybe
満
it
足の
will
曲も聴け
be.
ない状態でパートナー
So
探
maybe
しも辛い
find one already.
Kay, I was agitated by her words, but I replied, "That's not true. That's impossible."
そうか
I
ならクリス
see.
を信用しよう
Well,
自
then
分が早く決める
decided
ことだな
already.
Tiny ellipses. And then she conned me into deciding on a partner. This was a mental gymnastics capable of only my largest nemesis, my own sensei. I was at a loss for words as she smirked at me.
さて
Anyway,
練習だ
you
な
need to practice clearly because you just got a game over, but the game's still going. Maybe I can't
最初
tell.
からもう一度
Once more, do it again.
Maybe we have to fail or something. But even after Miss Cordell left, I remained in the classroom to calm down after the excitement of playing. Then I remembered the repeated advice about the future. The future is coming whether you like it or not. And I wasn't very interested in the future. I knew it didn't have what I wanted. I didn't have much time to spare, only twice the time I thought I had, so I just couldn't work seriously at it. The KFC School of Music. The KFC School of Music was named after the city. It boasted world-renowned facilities, and many famous musicians called it their alma mater. With the tradition left behind, both entering and graduating were said to be difficult. Entering because the doors were not unlocked, and difficult because the locks were locked on both sides. Being one of the few capable Fortel students, it was easy for me to get in. I had a key. And that is probably why I've had such a hard time of it. Because I lost my key, and now I can't get out. And of course, I was given an appropriate task in order to graduate from the school.
Find the key.
Yeah. A graduation performance held in the school's concert hall. A performance in the key of out. Oh, that's... There were 2 rules of a Fortel performance, and no matter how skilled you were, you couldn't pass if you didn't fulfill those terms. Number 1, the song performed had to be an original, which I had going for me with my Dong's Sonata.
Original 11
Herbs and spices.
recipe, that's why.
I already had one. The next was much more difficult. The song had to be performed with a vocalist, and I didn't know any vocalists. Normally a third-year voice student would be chosen as a partner, but as you can see, this town is deserted, except for that man who wanted to mail a letter, and he didn't seem like a vocalist. But the rules stated that the partner didn't need to be a voice student, just a vocalist, for some reason. I'd meant it could be anyone, even someone outside the school, like the man who was mailing a letter. That being said, pairing with someone who's not used to singing in front of an audience was like asking a fit to fail, so I'd never heard of anyone pairing with anyone other than a student of the school. Well, it wasn't like I didn't have someone in mind. The man with the letter. But there were things that made me hesitate to pair with him.
That would be really funny.
Namely, I didn't know who he was, or if I would ever see him again. The reason was I didn't even know myself. Who is Batman? I'd ask. Is he Bruce Wayne, that poor little rich kid? How could that be? 'Cause I'm Bruce Wayne, but I'm also Batman.
Maybe you can play as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
The duality of man. The chimes ringing at the signal noon brought me back to my senses. Why did we make them out of an old doorbell, I wondered? And why did they ring 3 times for 12 o'clock? And then I realized it's because they rang twice. And 3 times 2 is 6, which is half of 12, which is exactly the time of time it is when time moves half speed. So while it only rang till 6 o'clock, it's actually 12. And it was lunchtime, and the colonel on the wall seemed hungry. Unlike how it was in the Muir morning, few students were out in the hallways chatting. Their mouths were too full of chicken for words. I slipped past them and went outside. The sliding was also easy because of how greasy everything was. In the building I had just left, the first hall, there were classrooms, lecture rooms, and the fry rooms for the professors and staff. And in the second hall was the breading chambers. That's where I was heading to. There were many individual practice rooms and even smaller than the classrooms, filled with flour and other dredging supplies. It contained the cafeteria and the library, facilities not related to classes, but related only to the dredging. I passed the concert hall that stood between the two buildings and hurried under its roof to avoid the wetness of the rain. I didn't want to become wet with water. I wanted to become wet with egg, so that the dredging would adhere to me more closely, more firmly when the heat started. Oh, my neck.
Do you want to take a break?
Absolutely.
Cool.
All this talk about chickens got me hungry. Oh, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back with more whatever the hell this is. After a few minutes, don't go away.
We're back.
Yes. I've refilled my chrysanthemum tea, and this time I put in a drop of North Dakotan honey.
I tried to look up a walkthrough to find out if we were supposed to fail that song or not, and it didn't tell us.
Instructions unclear.
It feels like we were supposed to, but then the game over screen and some other stuff seems weird.
Speaking of other things we should do, hey, should we mention who are our current favorite people who specifically donated here on the channel?
You want to read the subscribers?
That's what I'm suggesting, yes.
Okay.
Let's start with those are far too far back. I'm going to say
you're correct.
E-Block.
Here, yeah.
Thank you, E-Block, for those 1,000 bits.
And Rhino Love, we're 22 months. Welcome back.
Goram09, subscribing for 45 months.
Arco the Conclave has subscribed for 21 months, saying this game looks sweet.
Thank you, Marty, for 9 months of subscription. That's a sub, baby.
Larksacrosis for 41 months. Music pow pow power.
Blast subscribed for 37 months, saying swoop horn.
JD Trekker for 15 months. Thank you for the 15 months of amazing content.
Thank you to Kai Nelwyn for 14 months of subscription. What the fresh anime hell is this? Super fresh.
Endro Fox for 35 months. Not quite 40 months, but 35 will do for now.
Mythos Magic subscribing for 40 months. Thank you.
Cam Huel for 39 months. Welcome back.
Forever Backwards subscribing for 39 months. Thank you for your continued support.
AKA Hailing has returned for the 36th month.
Kegsar has subscribed for 26 months. Yeah, I'm watching live for once. Something happened.
Chief Engineer Michael has subscribed for 21 months. Ian is the definition of rich head gnun.
And of course, Jamesian Jam says, hi. Thanks for those 49 months, Jamesian Jam.
Oh yeah, I will read out all the spelling errors if I can.
Oh yeah.
It's fun for me.
So anyway, it's lunchtime here in the cafeteria. And it was big enough to cater for 100 people at a time. Too bad that there was no one here but me. I put my bag down whatever the hell I want and sit near a window that I liked. After ordering some risotto, I took it and sat down in the chair. For some reason, they have risotto here anytime you want it, even though it's a dish that takes a very long time to cook.
Hello.
Who the fuck are you? I mean, oh hi. Oh, it was that tortilla girl, moving next to my bag.
Wait, why is there a bag here in the seat that I like to sit in?
That's my space for my bag. I can put it wherever I please because there's no one here.
Alright, I'll sit in the seat other beside it.
It must have fallen out when she moved my bag, but Torta was waving the sheet music I'd been using in front of me. I mean, what are you doing with my dong song?
Wait, is this the song that you're gonna use for your presentation?
You know it.
Is there more to it?
Why would there be more?
It just seems like it's only... there's like one note written here and I don't know, maybe note more?
You're telling me to make more dongs on my paper?
Just for now, right? So,
見てもいい？
can I look?
Take a picture. It'll last longer. As I
Okay.
went through the motions so that she couldn't take a proper picture.
It's kind of blurry.
Yeah, because time is moving slow.
Hmm.
Just as she finished taking her picture, I finished my lunch.
結構いい曲ね。
Well, I guess it's a pretty good song.
It was a pretty good lunch.
一応やることは
You did what you needed to anyway.
I totally put ink on a paper.
でもパートナ
You
ーまだ決まって
haven't
ない。
you haven't chosen a partner for the school dance yet, have you?
It's okay. I've got Fortuna. Yeah, that's her name.
いくらいい曲がある
Hey, look, no matter how good your song fairy is, I'm clearly better.
Miss Cordell just gave me the same talk. Are you Miss Cordell?
No, I'm Tortilla.
それは
Remember?
I'm
I
sorry.
go to burrito school.
I'm sorry, I can't tell. In case we haven't established to people who may have just shown up, I can't see human beings. I think we established that.
Once like ages ago at this point.
That's right. Anyway, why are both of you the same person all of a sudden?
今週でちょうど12
Look,
月
we're
に
really into the month of
あと
December
2ヶ
this
月し
week,
かないの？
and you only have 2 months left, which means there's 4 months of December left.
The Decemberists. I knew they'd be involved in this somehow. Wouldn't you say there's 4 whole months left?
言わないよ。
Well, I mean, I would, but our math doesn't check out.
私もお弁
whatever.
当食べちゃおう。
I'm gonna eat lunch. Is the risotto any good?
It's absolutely delicious. Look, I've cleaned my plate. I'm gonna go
Cool.
turn it in so I can get a punch card so I can become a member of the Clean Plate Club.
That sounds awesome.
Anyway, Torta opened her lunchbox onto the table. I don't know why she spilled all that risotto onto the table out of a lunchbox. This whole thing was kind of weird.
それで当てはある？
So, do you have any idea how I eat it now?
I would suggest using a plate and a fork.
It might be a little late for that. So you don't have any useful suggestions to what you're saying.
Don't jump to conclusions yet. I might come up with something.
そのくらいわかるよ。
I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm gonna have to get a spoon.
Can't you tell from all of my money and my costume that I'm a genius as well? I think you should try chopsticks.
Yeah, okay. Cass.
What's Cass doing here? Don't tell me Cass is involved with this too. Is she another member of the Decemberists?
もちろん
I mean-
私以外にってことだよ。
You're gonna pick me, right?
Are you a tiny fairy?
Maybe.
I mean, you are 6 years old, so there's a chance.
あれ？
Wait.
本当にそんな人いるの？
There's really a tiny fairy that you're gonna choose over me?
I can see her, so yes.
ちなみに誰？
But do I know this fairy?
Absolutely not. It was just some voice student that Miss Cordell said that she could ask. In the end, I was leaving it to my teacher. My sensei would pick for me. And I got ready to be taken to task. And so I searched for words to explain. The tortilla girl laughed.
So you are working.
Well, I do have to have a job in order to pay the rent and my schoolwork.
What?
I'm gonna explain it to you carefully. The truth is, I work at the school cafeteria on weekends. I know this is a weekend, but hear me out. Time is moving slower, so the real weekend will happen 2 days from now, and it'll happen for 4 days, which means it'll take most of the week. It's very confusing.
Oh, I see.
God, I'm so glad that made sense to you.
別に
I mean, not really, but I've been told that if you just say I see right after a sentence you don't understand it,
それで浮気でもしよ
it
うと
makes
してるの
everything go back much faster.
Cool.
もちろん冗談
I'm
だ
kidding, of course.
Wait, are you trying to tell me you're not understanding what I'm saying? I passed it off as lightly as I could to avoid any more questions. Something funny?
なんでもない
No.
Okay.
I like that about you, Chris.
I like that about you too, Chris.
ちょっとだけいい加減
You're just like a little irresponsible.
Well, I am the knight.
そうでもないよ
That's not true at all.
You're right, it's kind of a metaphor.
でもね
But
What?
そういうちょっといい加
you
減な
should
ところは
probably
直
fix
し
that part where you're irresponsible and you tell lies to people.
That's true. No one will trust the knight if they're irresponsible and tell lies to people.
分かんなくていいよ
I mean, you don't need to know anything. So, what were we talking about again?
I have no idea anymore.
噂って
Rumors. Right. Which rumor do you want to talk about?
Ooh, the one by Fleetwood Mac. It's a great album.
あ
Oh, that rumor. Yes. I've
Yeah.
heard some things about that.
Yeah, do you like Landslide? It's one of my favorite tracks off the album.
あよくある話だよ
It's the same old stuff, though, isn't it? Just like a bunch of men and women performing together and making songs happen. Like music.
I'm pretty sure that same old song and dance is a different track from a different band on a different album, but I may be wrong. It's been a long time since I listened to Rumors.
Right. Good point.
Huh, you don't seem very interested in the oeuvre of Fleetwood Mac. Perhaps you'll need to know more about how the band broke up due to some interpersonal troubles amongst the members.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could read a Wikipedia article or two.
人間的にも合う人それに練習のため
They
に
practice long hours together. Wikipedia also says... No, I can't read through it. I don't care.
That's okay. They have similar goals. Like me.
そうそう
Sure they do.
Jordan nodded as if she totally understood, but I knew that she didn't. I knew that she wasn't a fan of Fleetwood Mac at all.
クリスもやっぱり興味ない
Of course you're not interesting.
I haven't even decided on my partner yet. Maybe it'll be... Hold on. Who were the members of Fleetwood Mac? Maybe it'll be Stevie Nicks.
そのくせ自信ありげに語っちゃうんだ
And yet... What? Why? Why that one?
Well, I mean, she is the lead singer, right? And I need a vocal performer.
恋する男女の
So about the psychology of men and women in love. Let's talk about that instead.
I thought you didn't know anything about the interpersonal troubles of the members of Fleetwood Mac. Even though you said more than half of it.
同調したク
Look,
リス
I don't. But if it were me, Chris, it doesn't suit you to like bands of any kind of music when we have magical music.
You're right, and we're both clearly 6 years old and they're fully functioning adults. Perhaps they're probably even closer to senior citizens at this point. I don't know when this game takes place.
姉さんは別
Look, my big
幼
sister
馴染の女の子
can't be your
とそのまま
girlfriend
付き合っちゃった
because she's like 8 and that's 2 years older than you, and that's not right.
Wait, are you the Tortilla Nicks? Sister of Stevie Nicks? My god, I never knew.
自分の知ってること
Oh,
が
big
全て
words
だ
from someone who thinks that they know is all there to know. I left a couple words out that didn't help.
We argued as far as that, and then we looked at each other and laughed lightly. Because I guess we forgot what we were talking about. Tortilla and Ari, my 2 childhood friends. I can still remember every detail of growing up so close to them. Let me show you how we grew up together. In text form. A boy and twin girls were born the same year, and then they grew up.
Oh, by mountains and the sea.
また物を
You're last in thought again, aren't you? That's always so cute.
I was thinking about how we grew up instantly once we were born, but never more than 6 years old.
Well, because we're made of rice, you just have to add water and let the rice cooker go for about 2 hours. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
早くパートナー
You have to find a partner soon, okay?
いい
I'm a rice tortilla. That's why the rice.
Oh, I get
There
it.
was sense in that.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Well, now I understand.
本当に
Really?
I don't... I'm going to believe you that rice tortillas are a thing.
私
Like me?
Well, I mean, you do exist. So that must mean that you are a rice tortilla.
Yep.
what you said.
そこまで
I think
その
it
続
would
き
be
は言わ
best
な
for
い方が
you
自分の
if
ため
you
だよ
didn't say it anymore, okay? Like at all. Ever again.
Well, that would make the rest of this stream pretty easy for me then, wouldn't it?
声楽家はソロで
Voice
構
students
わないの
can perform solo for whatever reason, and we're the voice parts.
評価は良く
And the marks are better
それを前提に
when
動いてる
you're
人
paired
も
with
少なくはない
with like one of you, but we don't need you.
Wait, so you're saying you don't need a sidekick, Tortilla?
その方が楽だもん
Look, if I need a kick, I'll get some Tabasco sauce. It'll be easier that way.
Damn.
それに
And
And? I knew what she was going to say next, but the moment before she said it, she was looking for beans. That's how close Tortilla and I were now. Like beans and rice. Rice tortillas. And beans.
どっかの誰かさんが本当にあぶれた時
if you
に
can't find a
一人くら
partner,
い候補がいた方がいいでしょ
you know, might be a good idea to like make a list or something. Try a Bujo.
Alright, goddammit, I've lost all the other members of stuff. Fleetwood Mac. So it'll be Stevie Nicks or Fornication the Fairy.
でもだから
That
といって
doesn't
探さ
mean
ない
you
のも
don't
ダメ
need
だ
to
もん
look.
ね
I know. It's hard to look when you can't see humans. We were almost closer than lovers.
Were we?
Almost. Which means we were as close as lovers. Which was super weird for the age we were. That's why I thought it would be better to maybe put some distance between us. But unconsciously, like magnets, we were drawn together. Magnets made of tortilla rice and beans. Don't you think it's unfair that beans and tortilla rice is our food to choose that?
思わない
I mean, it doesn't really affect me negatively, so no, not at all.
I didn't ask for this, and it may be special treatment, but I still worked hard. I can't help that I was born this way, and then that my parents died this way.
そのたまたま
Like,
が
just 'cause
こ
you
の場合
were
重要
born
なのよ
As some beans doesn't, or Batman, or whatever it is you say you are now, it's not like you're more important.
Just like Lady Gaga says.
You're really funny. You know about Lady
本
Gaga.
当にそう思ってるの
Chris.
そう思うよ
You really feel that way, don't you?
I really do feel that Lady Gaga is a human being, and therefore someone I cannot see, but I can hear them, and that's the important part.
いないからね
Maybe it wasn't.
Okay, maybe that wasn't the important part. Which is the important part, Tortilla? Tell me.
好きな方に取れば
Why don't you figure it out?
Oh God, I need to figure out self-actualization.
じゃあそうしとこう
Fine.
否定的に
How
取った方
about
がクリスらしいという
we don't focus on the negative?
You mean accentuate the positive?
Yes, like magnets. The positive side of magnets.
I felt too comfortable with this all too familiar interaction.
We do talk about magnets a lot, the
It's
two of us.
Weird. One day we'll figure out how they work. I wonder why KFC students have to pair with Taco Bell students.
人の声がフォルテールと一番合うからに決まってる
A
でしょ
burrito pairs best with chicken.
Have you even had the crispy chicken burrito down at Taco Fino? It is the best burrito that we have in town. And I feel that that's the truth. This is the words from me, Ian Horner, the inner voice of Chris, the Batman of this game.
気がするって
I don't know what you mean. How could you have an inner voice, Chris?
Well, you see, whenever there's words that show up on the screen without my name before them, that's my inner voice.
1年生の
Oh.
フォルテ
So
ー
that
ル
explains a lot about your first year here.
It is possible that I didn't take any classes.
ないわよ
Okay.
じゃあ聞くけど
What is your major
あなたの学科
exactly?
は何
Well, people are constantly asking me what my major malfunction is, so I guess it's malfunction. My major is malfunction.
これだから才能だけで世を
boy.
渡っていける人は
Must
い
be
るわよ
nice to
ね
be able to just say that you're malfunctioning and get through class.
Well, you see, I am a very rich white boy, so I have a lot of privilege.
違う
Look, I was talking about you, Chris. You're bad at taking notes. You always get no, wait, everything you said just makes sense. Never mind. Don't mind me.
Ellipses.
はいはい
Listen, really listen to me, okay, Chris?
Do.
The sound
良くも悪くも
of Kentucky Fried Chicken frying in the fryer is a very special sound. You could even call it individuality.
I can hear it right now.
人それぞれに違う声
Just
が
as each
かけられている
person is different, each piece of chicken being placed in the fryer separately is different and will taste slightly different because all 11 herbs and things of the ingredients that we put in them will not spread evenly upon them.
Are you telling?
And the chicken fryer capacity only allows us to put 8 pieces of chicken in at one time.
楽器の中でも
It can be filled with much richer forms of fat and fryer fuel, but we wouldn't want to do that too much.
Are you telling me that a chicken wing is gonna taste different from a chicken thigh, which is gonna be different than a breast with a bone or boneless? How does this affect nuggies?
よかった
That's right, I'm glad you're thinking about that because nuggies go into a different fryer, but they're very similar.
I don't think that's a very good reason to have 2 different fryers. And what of burritos? All this is very unfair.
Well, we do keep burritos separately onto a counter, but I do see what you mean.
You explained it to me, but I missed the point. And you're making fun of me. Wait, is this game speaking directly to me?
そりゃバカにもするわよ
Well, of course I'm making fun of you.
I see. Why?
ちょっと考えれば
Think about it. We already know how burritos and Kentucky Fried Chicken are made. We go to school for this every day. So me explaining any of this to you is clearly me making fun of you.
But that's just what the teachers do. That means you're a teacher.
お分かりになりましたか
Don't you understand? I've been studying to become a teacher this whole time.
I see.
きちんと
So,
納得できたと
do
こ
you
ろで
get it now?
分かって
Yes, I finally understand.
よろしい
Good. Ah,
もしよか
I
ったら
could
一緒
help
に
you
探して
figure
あ
out
げよう
more
か
if you want. Maybe I could introduce
知り
you
合
to
いな
some
ら
people.
Absolutely not. Just like me, Torta was finished with her morning, and it was time for night. We always just parted ways after eating together here. But this time, wouldn't be any different.
そんなこと
That means you don't plan to do anything.
How did you know?
Oh,
ちょっとは主婦
how
のこと
commendable of you. Having a free afternoon.
Well, I am gonna go back to my place and talk to my fairy for a bit. Maybe practice my
姉さんから
practice my frontanel.
聞いた
Look, I'm gonna assume you're gonna write more letters to Ari.
Yep. I found out where the post box is today and stood in front of it for a long time figuring out how mail gets to me on a Sunday.
これが余計なことだったら
I wouldn't write to my sister about it if I was you. Wait, she's not your sister, she's my sister.
卒
You
業
should
がかかってる
graduate.
よ
That sounds very flexible. If I graduate, then I can become a teacher. And then I won't have to be the person giving the answers. I'll ask the questions.
よろしい
Alright,
今日はまだいいってことは
why not start working on that today?
Sounds good. I'll be sure to ask people if I can become a teacher soon.
それならいつでもいいよ
Look, you can ask me anytime. You just have to ask me to lunch, because I can only speak at lunchtime.
Got it. But if I take you to lunch, then I won't be able to sit anywhere I please.
私はこれ食べた
That is a problem. But I think I'm gonna go after I finish eating the mess
Yeah,
I've
you're-
placed on this table here.
Your desk of risotto.
Yeah,
Yeah,
forgot what I was eating.
it's okay. We've covered a lot of things, and we talked for quite a while, as there's no one else in the cafeteria. Having noticed this, Torta hurriedly stuffed her remaining risotto into her face with her chopsticks the way I suggested, and spoke with her mouth full, spraying risotto everywhere.
今何分
Wait, what time is it, Mr. Wolf?
She won't play that with me. I mean, 1 or 20, whichever gets you closer.
Okay.
じゃあ
Well,
また明
see
日
you
ね
tomorrow.
Ah, damn it! Now I have to wait for her to come back tomorrow before I can tell her it's lunchtime. At lunchtime. This may get confusing. The lunchtime ended at 1:30, and I was very tired from all the constant running. It was common for the practice rooms to be filled up after lunchtime with children hiding from Mr. Wolf. We release an actual wolf onto campus because we feel it makes our students better able to play the games. Some of the students at this university were even here on an athletic scholarship because we have such a high-ranking Mr. Wolf team. Of course, there was no school on weekends, but hardly any students spending their 2 days off without practicing Mr. Wolf. That's how serious everyone was about Mr. Wolf. But unfortunately, that had nothing to do with me or music. It was common for the practice rooms to be filled up because they were hiding. Students like Tortilla and myself could practice at home, better off. You couldn't sing at the top of your lungs, but it was considered part of the city's character and generally accepted to be a noisy little fuck. And there were certain instruments that could be muted, but nothing could be done about the fontanelle. Which means that students would make a racket at home or at school, no matter where they were. And even Tortilla spent her days off practicing, unlike me, because I was the knight. Whew, that was a lot of monologuing. Anyway, there was only so much I could do, so I didn't have many choices. I didn't know any voice students, so I started looking around the practice rooms with no use. I guess I was gonna go home and write some letters. Maybe send away for a mail order vocal student. Or maybe I could construct some sort of burrito that would sing. What to do? I said to myself, because there was no one around. Because I couldn't see anyone.
Where are we going?
Oh god, we can choose a place.
Yeah. Other mouse.
Ah. What's our options?
I think
Ah.
the 3 dots. The old wing.
That seems like a place we can play
Music
music.
room.
Let's go play music.
I assume the old wing is like the second constructed school that's haunted.
Definitely.
I stopped for a bit in front of a Senecolo, which served as a lounge for the students, and a place for the portrait of Colonel Sanders to hang. I almost never came here despite coming here this morning, and honestly had no good memories of it, because my last memories were of the teacher making fun of me. But I told myself that it was just the place I could use at a time like this to feel bad, and opened the door defensively. Several students who were performing inside were invisible and looked at me, but I couldn't see them. Maybe they thought I was someone they knew, or maybe they weren't there at all. Most everyone that came here this early in the morning was very serious about what they were doing and had private lessons in the morning like myself. I, however, did not set up morning lessons because I was a serious student. It was because I couldn't sleep, because I was the knight. I'd seen one of them before, but that was before they turned invisible. I realized again how I couldn't see them and therefore had no connection with other students, because who would talk to an invisible person? That's just crazy. Students who seemed to know me looked my way and talked amongst themselves, and immediately started playing again, like I wasn't even there. Like I was invisible. They must have realized that I was such a good ninja that I couldn't be seen, and therefore they shouldn't recognize that I was there. That being the case, I could do my practicing in peace. I knew that, for some reason, I didn't want to practice noiselessly. And just as their judgment was correct, my intuition about it was also probably right, and that everyone was correct about everything, and we all had a good laugh. And then the number of people steadily increased. The ones playing and the ones conversing gradually split into 2 groups, and it was too noisy for anyone to do anything properly. Then there was me, doing neither, standing there, invisible, like a ninja. I asked myself why I was here, and then remembered I had come to the city looking for a partner. Having to pretend that I had somewhere to go in front of Torta was basically the only reason I came here. Faced with just how much of an outsider I was, Having already lost the will to look, I started thinking that this is a waste of time. And so I left.
Oh, hey. Hey, I can see you.
Oh boy.
Hi. Wait, it's a shy voice. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I was flustered by the sudden appearance of this girl. She turned corporeal just in front of me. I kind of liked her modest way of speaking.
そうなんです
Oh,
か
I see you.
ここ
Why
には
are
どう
you
して
here?
She got that far, and then stopped as if someone invisible interrupted her. Actually, I was just about to leave. I thought it might be good to talk to her a bit more, but I also really didn't want to. I'm very strange that way. Excuse me, I'm going to stop talking now.
Goodbye. I guess you left.
Saying this, I went outside.
That's unusual. Usually when I do a voice like that, I get stuck doing a real long
Yeah.
monologue.
The rain outside was a little stronger. I was getting very wet. Because there were no umbrellas. Because we established that they were illegal and not invented yet.
Illegal and not invented.
It was just the normal. It was just normal. Everything was normal, okay? Don't worry about it. I wasn't used to the light drizzle. I was used to the big, fat drops of water that smack you in the eye and you go, ow, my eye. Maybe I'll wait a little longer for the raindrops to get bigger. I stood in the entryway, just out of reach of the rain, taunting it. Hey, rain, you can't get me here. As I stood there thinking about what the rain might do to me, my field of view suddenly darkened. I was having a stroke.
どうですか
Hey, wanna share?
My stroke?
Oh no! No, the umbrella that I have brought.
Oh my gosh. My bangs were wet and so were my shoulders, but for some reason the rain wasn't hitting me.
I never thought we'd get to see your face in the actual story.
And then there was an umbrella out of my head. I mean, over my head, not out of my... Ellipses. At a loss for words, I just gazed into the silence and at this umbrella. How could I, a knight for justice, be caught underneath this very illegal, counterfeit, and contraband item? Of course, they sold umbrellas in the black market. I wasn't able to get all of them. There's only so many minutes in the night, despite the fact that there are twice as many minutes than there were before. Realizing that this was my first time underneath an umbrella, I turned my head to look. For a moment, I thought it might have been a ghost, but then I learned I was wrong, because ghosts aren't real. You are...
自己紹介してなか
I
ったです
haven't
ね
told you who I am.
私の名前は
My
ファルシー
name
タ
is
ファル
Falsito.
シータ・フォーセット
Faucet.
Ah, I see. Faucet, because your words just keep running out. Is there anything wrong with your mouth?
いいね
Not that I know of. Wanna walk and talk?
Wow, that takes lots of skill. I haven't met anyone else who can do that yet. Let's do it. Maybe you'll be my partner.
Do.
Tooting isn't talking. You need to use words, like I am.
Okay.
Look at me. I can form sentences all while I'm putting one foot in front of the other. The sound of the rain hitting the umbrella was not that much different than the sound of the friars, which were all around us. I introduced myself as we walked, because doing so earlier would have been weird.
どうかしましたか
Hey, is something wrong with you?
No, I just wasn't sure if it was time to introduce myself yet. I didn't have any auxiliary... I took the umbrella from her so that I could make sure to dispose of it before anyone saw us with it. I knew that if I was caught with an umbrella, that no one would trust me as a knight of justice ever again. I just didn't want to be caught with an umbrella.
こんな風に強引にお誘いしてしま
Did
っ
I
て
come off a little
迷
strong?
惑でした
Well, She seemed slightly bemused, but it seemed odd to me that someone so frail would be so flaunty of rules. Before she stopped walking altogether, I made sure to continue talking in the hope that this might encourage her to also be able to walk and talk. If she was going to be my sidekick, I needed someone who was going to be as skilled as I was.
そうですか
You don't like umbrellas very
そう
much,
まあ
huh?
そうですね
That's okay.
この町の人
Hey,
は
that umbrella was given to me by my great-great-grandfather. He's been dead for centuries.
Oh, that's fine then. Thankfully, before umbrellas were uninvented, there was a grandfather clause. So if you got this umbrella from your grandfather, then it's allowed and fully legal.
お気になさら
Oh,
ず
thank you.
You're welcome.
Well,
After she stopped talking, I figured she might stop walking, but then she didn't either. She continued.
you look a little uncomfortable.
Well, I have just started getting the hang of walking and talking at the same time, and now we've just thrown an umbrella into the mix. So this is really an advanced course for me.
Right.
それで具合が
So I went outside thinking you might be sick because your voice is really deep.
のが見えたの
Hey, you were out in the rain? Are you okay?
Well, it is a good idea to go outside if you're sick, because the viruses can disperse farther and you're not caught in a room with people. But, is that right? I don't even know anymore. I gripped the umbrella tighter, as if it would give me the answers, but it didn't. Thank you, I said to the umbrella.
Of course.
She said, thinking I was talking to her. She passed off my gratitude, which was directed to the umbrella, with a little nod. But I wasn't talking to you at all. I was talking to this umbrella. Some of them have ghosts inside, you know? I brought up the subject that ghosts live in umbrellas sometimes, because not a lot of people know that that's why they were made illegal. And it was true that there were ghosts inside of some umbrellas. That's why they were called Casa Obake, and sometimes they have eyes and hop around on feet. But those aren't umbrellas to keep you safe. Nevertheless, her mild manner and refined features left an impression on me, and I probably wouldn't have to tell her about Casa Obake or umbrella ghosts ever again. I was at least sure that I hadn't met her in Fontanelle's class. And I couldn't think of any situations where she might have run into an umbrella or baka. Look, no, I'm done with that. I must have been mistaken. This isn't a Casa Obake or a ghost umbrella. This is just a regular grandpa umbrella. She just listened to me ramble on with a smile on her face, like this entirely was an excuse. Then she smiled modestly, because that's attractive.
どこかで会ったこと
Well,
あるかも
okay.
しれませんよ
We might have met somewhere in the past, in the future, somewhere, sometime.
May have. Are you not sure? Did something happen to your memory?
確かじゃないです
Okay, I'm not supposed to tell people this, but I can time walk.
Whoa. Can you also mox Ruby?
クリスさん
Not that kind of time walk. Look, it's very imperative that you fix the time problems we're having because time keeps slowing down. And so I've come to school to meet you in the past, even though I've totally met you in the future.
Oh. I see.
そうなんですか
Do you?
それ
I'm not sure
どこか
you
で見たことがあ
can.
るかもしれませんね私
I was class president up until last spring. Last spring being my last spring, not this current last spring. It's in the future last spring. Time travel is complicated.
Wait, you're saying that there's only gonna be one more spring? This time traveling is a problem. I thought about what I did last spring, and if that was truly the last spring that I was going to experience, if I should have done something differently. Because it wasn't really a good spring. It was actually kind of wasted. Sorry, I was thinking about last spring.
どうして謝るの
Why are you sorry again? I know you just said it, but tell me again.
Well, because last spring was my last spring. If this coming spring is going to be your last spring.
Oh, don't worry about
な
that.
さらずに
I could see that she had made peace with her future, as she had several times already. It sounded so natural, like she was really a time traveler. And if she said that she was suited to be a time traveler, well, then who was I to argue? Thanks. We had just arrived at the boundary between the future and the past. But really, isn't that every second of every day? Oh, my place is in the old district. I just walked here without thinking. Shit, I'm gonna get so wet.
Oh,
どうかしました
well, is there something wrong with getting that?
No, I hate water. It gets everywhere.
そんなことないですよ
It really does.
私も
This is
こっ
the
ちです
city
から
of rain. It never stops.
It's really a problem, especially with all of these fryers running all the time. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's the fryer and what's the rain.
どうかし
Well,
ま
no, we
した
have a solution for that. We keep the fryers inside with the roofs where the rain can't reach them.
Thank God. If you get water inside of a hot fryer, that can result in quite an explosion. And we don't want any of our 6-year-old students to become disfigured. That wasn't something I was supposed to tell her. Supposed to tell someone I just met. But I decided that she could be trusted with the secret.
そうですか
Oh, is that one of the secret ingredients
そ
to
ん
the
なに堅
KFC
苦しい
school?
Yes, Miss Fall. One of the secrets of a successful chicken fry is not burning yourself. I didn't really think that she would burn herself, but just in case she was going to, I thought I should tell her not to. Even so, I couldn't just let her not burn herself, so I clumsily stuck an honorific in front of it so that she would pay attention to the words I was saying.
ええ
Yeah, okay. I got lost in your train of things to say and so I didn't know what to reply with.
Anyway, since on our way home was the same, I continued walking under her umbrella.
クリスさんは
Hey, Chris,
ポルテール科なんですね
you go to the KFC school, right?
We were students at the same school. Sweet.
すごいですね
Oh, cool. So you have the ability.
Unfortunately not. You see, my power comes from an immense wealth and a knowledge of gadgets, and also because my parents are dead.
本当にそう思ってるんですか
You really think your power comes from your dead parents?
Well, I did see them die, so yes, I really do.
でも
Ah, that's
珍しいですね
pretty rare.
Well, not really. Everyone's parents have to die at some point. Yours will die sometime in the future, which is okay, because currently there's twice the future that there was before, because time is moving half as fast.
そういえば
Oh, that
ク
reminds
リスさん
me.
って3年生
You're
で
a
すよ
third year
ね
student, right?
Well, it's probably 6 now, but how did you know that?
ちょっと前ですけど
Well, the color of our uniform ties is divided by year, so really it was more of a remark than a real question.
Yeah, I forgot about that. There are 3 different colors of ribbons in our school. Brown for the 3rd year, slightly less brown for the 2nd year, and pink for the 1st year to represent an unfried chicken. So many students were wearing the unfried chicken ribbon, and I was pretty sure that there was no way they were going to be able to fry them all. Which meant, are you perchance a 3rd year student? I can tell by your fried bow. If that was the case, it would have been a very rude thing to ask. I should have been able to tell. But because most people I can't see, it's usually an issue.
いえそれ
No,
はクリス
I'm a voice
で
student.
もポルテール科の印象は
So
全
it's
て
like I go to the burrito school. I know the Browns look very similar, but they're different.
Ah, you are the brown that represents the 3rd layer of the burrito, the beans.
Correct?
1st year students in the burrito school wear a white ribbon, which represents the white rice tortillas. The 2nd years,
It's green. It's green for the lettuce.
that's right, the lettuce and the verde salsa, which is fresh like them. Not completely fresh, like the first year, but fresher than old salsa, which becomes a deep red, like the brown, but not brown. Anyway, did you steal our secrets from watching us?
No, I stole those from the future. Again, I saw walk back here, but I do enjoy them.
There's so many secrets in the future.
There really are. I could tell you more about them, but that would be weird.
She smiled in agreement, and we both thought about the secrets that we would learn in the future. I didn't know the secrets, and that was unpleasant. But you're a burrito student. The idea suddenly occurred to me that she was a burrito student, and that maybe I could use her as a vocal performer. She seemed very popular, because I guess popular people have no one around them. But wait, I couldn't see anyone, which meant that she could have people around her all the time, so I decided she was popular.
Oh, I have a question I want to ask you. Do you have a partner yet, Chris?
Just as I was giving up on asking her, she suddenly asked me. What a twist! Not yet.
Oh, well that's good. I also don't have a partner. Do you want to play together sometime?
Are you coming on to me?
I mean, I know you maybe want to think about it a little bit, so we could try playing together and see if it works out. It's no pressure.
Look, I need to check with my tiny snow fairy, and also, you're in front of my post box, so this is getting kind of weird. I felt like she had a plan. And I was worried about her plan. But, are you planning something?
Maybe. Answer my question.
Oh, a tsundere. I've dealt with these before.
Just as I thought. You were at the Corticello thing. I figured that was you.
I mean, she probably watched me come out of the room. You did sneak up on me with this illegal umbrella that I thought was illegal, but if I recall now, is not illegal because you got it from your grandfather. If I repeat things, it helps me remember that we've established them.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
Good. She said that with a slight look of disappointment, as if what she was saying was not what she intended to say.
Oh, okay. Let me walk you to your door at least. I mean, I am gonna want that umbrella back, and it would be rude of me to let you get wet in the rain city. And I clearly am the only one with an umbrella.
Well, I'm pretty close, so it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yep. Just about there.
Look, I'm really busy this week, but maybe next week would be better. Time walking doesn't really give you extra time.
No, and if you're saying next week, that's 2 weeks of real time, remember? That's a fortnight.
Oh, I don't play Fortnite. How about Tuesday? Maybe Thursday? I'm free on Sundays as well.
If you don't play Fortnite, how are you gonna know how to dance during the performance?
I'm a vocalist from the burrito school. The dancers come from the Pizza Hut next door. Do what time do you have lessons, Chris?
And now, welcome the Pizza Hut dancers! I'm actually excited to hear more about these Pizza Hut dances.
Well, they come from the combination Taco Bell and Pizza Hut. But, you know, I'm trying to make a date with you.
That's right. There are 3 corners to this school. It's Tricon. Just like when Return of the Jedi came out.
Alright, cool. I can see you're not listening. I'm gonna reserve a practice room around some sort of time. The place will be...
She tilted her head as if she was about to fall. As it was about... She tilted her head.
わかりやすく
Look, to make
練
it
習室
easy
の
on
あ
you,
る廊下の
how about we
一番奥で
practice
待
at
って
the room at the end of the hall that you won't have to count anything or look at door numbers. You'll know end of hall door.
Good idea. Also, thank you for telling me where to go. It's a lot easier when people give me directions in space and time.
どちらにしろ練習室
I'll
に
be
いま
on
す
the
よ
practice room
つもそ
both
こで
on
練習してます
Tuesday
の
and
で
on Thursday.
Ah, timeshare.
Kind of. That is kind of how renting out the practice rooms work. I don't pay money into it though.
Well, thank you for educating me about timeshares, Miss Val.
らしいですか
Yeah.
I bet that was a Japanese pun that we probably didn't get. It was a Japanese pun that we didn't get in the translation, but we just meant so it was okay. Just a gut feeling that it was a pun.
そうですか
I see.
She just said that and laughed. All right, see you on Tuesday. See you next Tuesday or Thursday. It's the same joke either way.
はい
Yeah.
それでは
Yes, it is.
It wasn't a very good joke either. And it wasn't very nice. But then again, I'm not always very nice. I'm Chris. Hey,
What? What up?
I'm Chris. Thanks for your
Oh.
grandfather.
お気に
Okay. Goodbye.
Hey, watch this.
Grandpa, you're dead.
Why am I in this umbrella now?
Oh no, I forgot about the ghost umbrellas. The umbrella ghosts.
After parting ways with Val, I ran down the road that would normally be a 3-minute walk, but was now a 6-minute walk. But because I ran it, it was 3 minutes again, because I can run twice as fast as I can walk. My hair and clothes didn't end up getting any more or less wet. Mythbusters tried that, and they confirmed it was busted if you run in the rain.
Oh, hey, welcome home.
I was out of breath, so I couldn't talk.
Wait, did you run here?
That's why I'm out of breath.
へえなんかあったの
Oh.
Yeah, have you ever tried running? Or do you just, like, float and not fly? I call it floating because your wings don't help you do it. And wings are for flying, not floating.
Like, we've been over this. My wings are not big enough to sustain the size of body I have.
Thing is,
今日はタオルで拭かなくてもいいの
What, you don't need to wipe off with a towel today? You didn't get wet. Did you go outside?
don't worry about the towel. We're not talking about that.
ね
Okay.
えねえ何
Hey,
かあった
so,
の
what happened? Tell me about your day.
Well, Forney asked me with great interest, and I told her all about the day's events. Eating the chicken, eating the risotto, meeting the girl, and getting the grandpa umbrella. The end.
へえ
Oh, umbrellas. Those are rare. People aren't supposed to have those.
That's right, because they're illegal. But this one's okay. It's covered under the grandfather clause.
それは
Oh, that could be true, but she could be lying.
変な
Why would she lie about her grandfather?
クリスなんか
Because umbrellas are illegal, Chris, and how else is she supposed to keep her umbrella? Did you see a grandfather certificate?
That's a good point. I'll have to interrogate her later about her grandfather to make sure that her grandfather is the same old man as inside of this umbrella.
What?
Shut up, umbrella!
あひどい
Hey, that's mean. Don't talk to the umbrella like that.
I'm sorry, umbrella grandpa. You're probably a great grandpa, but we'll have to be interrogating you later.
そんなことないもん変じゃないもん
Okay, fine. Let's continue on with our conversation.
Haha, you're right.
You're awfully defensive today.
Well, I did get this legal umbrella. If anyone finds out about it, they'll never trust me again.
たまに優しくされたから
So-
嬉しくなったんでしょう
You're happy, you're angry, you're happy, you just have an umbrella. You seem weird.
I'd say that I'm hangry, but I've already eaten. After a brief pensive expression, she looked confused and then nodded as if she understood something. This is how most of my conversations go with people. I didn't finish explaining yet. It was hard to explain, so I didn't.
Okay.
Forney tilted her head as if it was going to fall off. Telling Forney what happened during the day like this was already a daily routine.
Yes, you come home, people say, hey, how was your day? And people tell you maybe.
But she didn't want to go outside because people might think she was a chicken. And then they'd fry her. She couldn't touch things because then she'd get her fingerprints on it and they'd find her. And then they'd eat her. Also, she didn't eat anything because then people would find tiny bites and they'd think there were chickens biting things and then they'd eat her. She floated around, but she couldn't fly. She floated because chickens can't fly. And she couldn't fly, but still couldn't float also. Then people might think she was a chicken and they'd eat her. But leaving a towel by the door after I left in the morning became Forney's job at some point. Because she knew I needed a towel. In short, it was impossible to think about Forney logically. If you could accept her for what she was, it was quite fun. Anyway, in ancient times, back when umbrellas were invented, people lost a part of their civilization called umbrellas. It was replaced at some point by a field called cooking.
Cooking, sure.
Which made a fair amount of progress over many long years. But there were still many things not understood in the world. One of those things was a cheerful fairy skilled at singing. Thinking about the unknown boundaries of the world was a boundless and ultimately futile exercise, so I stopped doing it.
We should probably just save the game.
Yes, we should! Oh my god, it's 6 o'clock already! Oh my god, we can't save it here!
Why can't we? We can't
Alright,
save?
see you later.
いってらっし
Okay,
ゃ
have a
い
good day.
I looked up at the somber sky.
Where can we save? What are the
Hopefully
save
here.
points?
Droplets of rain falling on my body. Why didn't I take the grandpa umbrella? And so, another day began. Yes! Saving!
We can save here.
Woo!
Oh, save sounds are loud.
Ding dong. Okay. Should I take it to the booth?
I just want to double check that the save is there.
Yes, yes, yes.
We hit load. Okay, cool.
Good.
Yeah, okay, take it to the booth.
All right. Whew. Gonna need some better tea for next time. How you doing, Heather?
I'm having fun. How about you?
Me too. This has been Rhythm Cafe here on the Mighty Loading Ready Live Video Entertainment Network. If you like what you see, we like you to support us, and there's many ways you can support us. First of all, you can just watch, and we really are happy if you are watching, either on youtube.com/loadingreadylive or here on twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun. We also like those of you who chat. We see you chatters, you keep saying words, and it's fun. We also like those of you who contribute monetarily, either on patreon.com/loadingreadyrun or once again here on Twitch. And let's thank those of you who have thrown us some bits or subscribers. Like Dark Overlord, who subscribed for 8 months. That's almost a sub, baby. One day there is a Macross-based musical game. They have so many idols and songs.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen one of those yet. At least, like, even in Japanese, only one. Short for Phil has subscribed for 49 months. Welcome back.
The Seg's back for 47 minutes Sunday sub day. Thank you, Seg.
SFS Mouse for 8 months. Why does Heather sound like the sister of Lorna Schlitzwhistle? I was kind of trying to get into that pacing, and it was hard because I haven't done that at all.
And Accounts Made France subscribed for 21 months. All of this happened, and you can't unmake it happen unless you're a time walker, in which case, don't.
I can't imagine trying to keep track of a Bujo and being a time walker.
Oh.
It just seems like that would be really complicated.
That would. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
We hit one song in this game.
Yeah, we did. Wow.
But we still hit a song faster than when we played Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
That's a good point.
I think. I'm pretty sure that took like at least an hour, and this took us 45 minutes, so it's like slightly sooner.
And we will come back to play this some more, but we may have to come up with a way of speeding up the dialogue. What else do we want to talk about here? We want to remind you.
Let's see. We did Patreon. We did YouTube.
Oh, we need to do the other two YouTubes. Hey, if you like us but you don't like our streams, we have other things on YouTube, and those go at youtube.com/loadingreadyrun. We also do magic content, and that goes at youtube.com/LRRMTG. There's also a schedule you can look at and download to your device, and both of those things can be found over at loadingreadyrun.com/live.
And where can people find you if you're not at Loading Ready Run?
You can find me over at tilty.house. That's got links to all the things we do, and all the things that Corey does, podcasts, Twitters. Doesn't link to our Twitch yet because I have been too lazy, but hey, it's twitch.tv/tiltyhouse. Heather, where can people find you when they're not here?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/LunarJade. I'm gonna be streaming actually in about an hour.
Oh boy.
Which I think I'm doing to murder my numbers, which that's gonna be hard because we just did a visual novel, so it's gonna be more voices for me. And over at Twitter at LunarJade. So yeah.
Yeah.
What shows are happening?
I was just gonna say the one that
on this channel. We have a bonus stream tomorrow.
Yes.
At 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, because we did just hit through that thing, so it's an hour later than normal for some people, unless you've joined us in that awful time zone changing thing, where those of us who've been playing Gloomhaven on the long game are going to be painting our minifigs. And I think 3 of us are going to be finding out how to paint minifigs.
Yeah, but you got brushes, so that's cool. Then after that, it's going to be Dice Friends. Cam's just going to stay in Studio C because he has to do that, probably Corey too. And we're going to be continuing.
And Adam.
Yeah, and
And
Adam.
me, because
Yeah.
I'm on tech.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess I will join the people who had previously been painting figures for episode 3 of Cameron.
Alien Heat Death.
Game Mother Cameron's Alien Campaign, Alien Heat Death. And then the rest of the week continues as normal. You can find that out over at loadingreadyrun.com/live.
All right.
Let's leave, Heather.
Yeah,
Time
I
to
think
close the
I think
cafe.
we hit everything. We're going to close these cafe doors, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, good night.